Welcome to the 2023 College Table Tennis Championships. I'm Willie Leparulo. I'm with Logan Zimmerman, and we're doing the Women's Championships doubles match, and I think we've got a treat here. We've got the number 1 and 2 seeds, Amy Wong, Rachel Song from UCLA versus Jen Dang and Jia Lin from Texas Wesleyan University. Logan, what do you expect to see here in this firefight of sorts?
I think this is going to be an amazing back and forth of aggression, a lot of attacking from both teams. As you know, Texas Wesleyan is actually in our region.
Yep.
So we've seen these women play many times, and they're both very, very good. And then Amy has history of her own personal accomplishments where she's accomplished many, many things in the table tennis world. And Rachel's an incredible player as well. So I think they all four deserve to be here, and I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, this is going to be great. It hasn't happened a lot of times where you see number 1 and number 2 in any event. Generally, there's some upsets, but they went along the lines of what they were supposed to, and so yeah, this is going to be definitely very, very interesting here on how this works. There's a righty-lefty combinations from UCLA and righty-righty from Texas Wesleyan. So this should be interesting. And if you all were here with us before, there was a UCLA match. It was a little bit of a contentious match, and there was a medical timeout. So we're going to be monitoring and looking at Rachel Sung. She was the one that took the medical timeout. So we're seeing if any remnants of that injury is still being left over. Hope for a good match. So they just get 2 minutes of warm-up. Looks like we've got Linda Leaf of Wisconsin and Steve Lee of California. They're going to be doing the umpiring and scorekeeping. UCLA 0-0. Here we go. Women's doubles final. And there it is. UCLA gets the first point there. So Logan, the righty-lefty combination here obviously is an advantage for UCLA, but you know, Jen Dang and Jia Lin of Texas Wesleyan, they've seen it before. It's not like they're inexperienced. What kinds of strategies do you see the Texas Wesleyan do to make sure it doesn't become too much of a disadvantage for them?
I think it's just that they have to be able to take the correct angles to be able to play to both players' backhands. And if you think about it, if they were both righty-righty, you play the same direction, and you're always playing with the backhand. So where it gets tricky is as they rotate through the rotation, they have to always keep track of, do I have to play this ball inside out? Do I have to play this ball cross court? Because I need to always target the player's middle, so or across to the backhand. And it's a moving target, and it's always changing. So whenever you have that in table tennis, the game's so fast it's hard to think.
Huh.
Or you could just always target the middle like that, and just 1 point.
I'm still impressed that the middle, basically the elbow is still a factor in doubles since there's the movement, but that does make sense.
backhand down the line from Rachel. Wins UCLA that rally. Tricky serve by Amy.
So you think some of these players maybe second guess or even over guess the amount of spin on balls? I imagine they would.
Every once in a while, because that's the whole point to serving, especially the higher level you get, right? First you learn to produce spin, and then you learn how to hide it with the after motions or right face angle, but contacting on a different portion of the racket. And so if you can get them to guess the wrong spin, the ball either pops up off a push or it goes into the net because they thought it was lighter or heavier. The place you're contacting and your follow through are always trying to force your opponent to second guess, right? It's like the whole art of serving.
Really does make table tennis wonderful, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, it's the one thing about our sport that unfortunately is hard to recognize. It's hard to understand, especially from the spectator side. And for all the players that appreciate it, you've seen the motions, you've felt it, so when you're watching the point, you know when something's heavy. It's not really that obvious to somebody that doesn't really play table tennis.
The difference of table tennis and ping pong is the spin and the speed. And folks, these ladies are not playing ping pong. That is absolutely table tennis here.
And UCLA is off to a hot start, 7-3.
If I do recall correctly, it is Jen Deng has short pips. Jen Deng serving right now. She has short pips on the red side, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're correct. Yes, you can see it from here.
How about Chachi? She looks like she may have it as well. I can't tell. About the short pips. So the short pips is essentially smooth rubber, but just much slower or less effect, correct?
Yeah, so you can produce a little less spin than you can with the smooth, but where it shines is on the punching actions and the direct speed, right? So it gives them kind of, you take away from the spin attribute so they can't spin as much, but they have a little more power. They can take balls off the bounce. But a little misstep there. Two in a row, that's uncharacteristic.
A little bit.
UCLA team. Two unforced errors. But they still have a huge lead, so I don't think they're even nervous about that mess up.
If it's 9-7, they might be. Interesting how the players call the nets for each other. Not a lot of sports do that, but we do here in table tennis. Yeah, it's interesting. I've seen Amy Wong do this twice. They go out down the line, and it's like she's curving her wrist and moving it far, far wide. It's an intelligent shot. Game points for UCLA.
Nice forehand flip there from Texas Wesley inside. Yachi coming in and starting things off, pushing the pace.
A little bit of a tight forehand there, but you can never tell with this duo whether they're worried or not. I've never seen different facial expressions. Maybe that's all in the professionalism that they have. That was a net, wasn't it? Again.
Every time we sit down, this net wants to interfere.
Yeah, it's folks, if you're just joining us right now, Logan and I have been commentating on this court for a little bit today. It's been a long day, and the net has come into play, I don't know, 10 or 12 times in every match. It's kind of a shocking display. But at any rate, UCLA is up 1-0. They got that first game 11-7 here, and so they're going back into their respective coaching corners. I've got Doru Georgia. I'm mispronouncing his name, but Doru, who used to be a USATT CEO, used to be a coach. He's been everything. He's Mr. Everything when it comes to table tennis, both in this country, in the USA, and in his home country, Romania. Excellent coach. And it looks like the UCLA players are being coached by one of their teammates. So always like to highlight the coaches. They're very important in college table tennis. Logan and I, as well as Dr. Alan Chu, we do a coaching certification training. So should be coming up soon. And for those of you looking to be certified by NCTTA's coaching certification, keep a lookout. But yeah, coaches are a lifeline for NCTTA. Here we are, game 2. Texas Wesleyan will serve here in game 2.
I think the one benefit here, like coaching does make a difference, right? They can provide just that information, gives you the edge to barely win by the 2 points and deuce or something. But UCLA, we were starting to get to it earlier. They had 2 women's teams playing in this women's doubles, and the second team took Texas Wesleyan to game 5. And they lost by only a handful of points.
Yeah, that's a really important point, actually. So in the women's doubles competition, teams, schools, are allowed to put in as many teams as they can afford or would like to. And UCLA had 2, and I imagine Texas Wesleyan had a couple as well. But that's true. We would say that maybe the quote-unquote second best UCLA team took them to 5. I think it was 5. Texas Wesleyan ultimately won.
We almost had an all UCLA finals. So the information that their counterparts from the other women's team has is probably going to be invaluable here to help them maintain, good tactics, good strategy, maybe a lead, because they can kind of draw off the insight that they had in the doubles match that they played earlier. So we'll see if any of that is helpful to help UCLA pull off a championship and take home a women's doubles trophy. And just a slight miss there. Rachel maybe overplayed a hair, mistimed, but she was there for the attack and staying aggressive. We like to see that. The score is 4-1. Texas Wesleyan serving UCLA. Amy goes for the backhand rip. Doesn't quite pay off this time. All right, 4-2 UCLA to serve. Let's see if Rachel has any tricks up her sleeve. Although, a little bit of an edge there.
I find it interesting too. Rachel looks like she's just saying, "Here you go. Here's a light little nothing serve," and it sets up everything else. I'm encouraged by that. And every time, she's Amy Wong ready for the third ball.
So that's what I was going to allude to earlier. We were seeing it in the men's match, and when we were watching earlier, that these high-level doubles teams, the ones that made to the semis and the finals, it seems like a lot of their serves are just very short, underspin, something that's hard to really open up big on.
It's vanilla.
Can't trap your partner, but it's safe, and it allows your partner to kind of hunt for the placement. That's all they have to really think about, right? It's going to be potentially long. And is it going to be a push or is it going to be a flip? And then they can go for the attack. But it kind of limits the options, right? Because that's the other thing. If we're playing doubles, you have no idea how much spin I'm putting because you didn't feel, when you're playing on your own, you can feel the contact. You have a good idea of I didn't quite get all the side spin on that one. It's not going to quite move as far to my forehand as I was expecting. I should sit here, right? Versus your partner, there's no way for you to tell how quality my serve was if I'm playing a tricky serve, right?
Right.
So if I just play underspin and something they can't attack, all you have to really look for is it a short ball, is it a long ball? And Rachel with a beautiful forehand there.
Well, so that shoulder that was bothering her may not be bothering her so much now. She's still aching at it or pushing on it, but she's looping this game. We saw her in other matches. She was just driving and blocking.
Beautiful
Such quick
forehand.
reactions. Oh, my God.
That was great. Little kind of forehand drive there, just a little small
It was
counter back.
something that created gasp. Folks out there, if you hear me gasp, it's just because a great shot has just been had. It's a great shot there from the Texas Wesleyan duo. They know they're down 3-9, but they're not giving up. That's what we like to see. Fight, fight, fight. Something I've always seen every single serve. Short retire, short reply. Such good touch.
And that's why you keep it short. So UCLA off to a dominant start. Texas Wesleyan is going to really have to dig deep. Coach Doru is most likely been scouting and finding, building a report in his head to give them to say, hey, here's some of the things you should stay away from. Here's some of the things you should be trying to apply pressure, because they need to do something. They lost a little bit of ground in that second game, and you'd hope they could gain some of it back in the third.
Yeah, I mean, it's what do they call it? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, again, they can go short, and then they have to wait it out and see who's going to be able to attack it first. It seems that the righty-lefty combination is very effective. And I don't know where you go on Amy. If it's the third ball after Rachel serves, do you go backhand, forehand? I don't know.
Yeah,
Dominant everywhere.
That's a tough call. She's good all around. Maybe I shouldn't be commentating this match. I'm a little bit biased to the UCLA team.
Why is that?
Because we have some UCLA alumni in my family.
Oh, yeah?
My Uncle Nick.
Uncle Nick.
He went to UCLA, and now he works for the city as an urban planner, designing and developing all the infrastructure in Los Angeles.
Uncle Nick is a Bruin?
He is a Bruin. Everything Bruins is wonderful.
Well, I hope Uncle Nick is watching the stream here.
I did send him a link, so hopefully we'll see.
Okay, excellent. That's great.
But yeah, I had a lot of fond memories growing up. I'd come visit him in the dorms and buy all my UCLA merch and come back to high school and be like, I'm hanging out with college kids. So it's nice to see the Bruins, doing well and in the mix here in the finals.
So they're up here 2-0. Texas Wesleyan to serve. See if they've changed anything here. Seems there was a net, a ghost net that no one saw, but I think the players are a better judge of that. She was going for that one. So maybe that's a secret here. Maybe that's a strategy to say maybe the Texas Wesleyan wants to sort of provoke, if that's the word, Amy to go for these half-long shots that are risky, tempt them.
Great attack by Jiaqi. That forehand inside out, you got to be so fast and anticipate it perfectly.
Yeah.
I did find something out recently that I don't know if I want to share with you, so you won't see it in my game when we're battling at the table.
Uh-oh. Please tell me.
How to do the transition better and plan for it. When you want to take the step around for the backhand.
What are you doing, looking at my racket angle? What's going on?
No.
Tell me the secrets.
I'm going to hold that one close to the vest for a few matches.
Oh, no. No more, please.
Texas Wesleyan applying a little bit more pressure. Seems to be working.
Game score is 3-3. A little bit more competitive here. Now, something I've noticed, sometimes the returning team gives signs under the table. That's different. What do you suspect that's about?
So I'm actually a big fan of this, right? The returning team, they have an idea of what to expect from the serves, right? They know their opponents. Typically, we only do on the serving side, like, oh, hey, I'm going to serve short, so your partner knows.
Right.
But on the return side, why not do the same thing? Like, hey, I want you to play long, right? I want the ball to come back to me so I can counter it. Or, hey, play short, right? I want to be into a short war. That's where I'm feeling good right now. Maybe I want to be the one that starts off the flip to initiate the attack, right? So why not, like, always be giving as much information to your partner as you can, so that way they know what to expect.
That's actually very helpful. I never knew that, so that's certainly look at that Texas Wesleyan duo giving it information.
So she might have said, hey, I'm planning on flipping this ball.
Oh,
Nice, beautiful rally.
what in the world was that? I have to understand how Amy Wong just said, hey, I'm going to chop this ball. Incredible rally.
That very well was most likely a bailout stroke. Oh, and Jiachi gets a nice flip, but Rachel was right there. She saw it coming. Played well behind the ball and got some great placement there.
Jen Deng to serve.
Oh, and again another inside out. It was a beautiful opening there by Jiachi, but I wonder if she didn't play it quite wide enough, right? She didn't play it outside of the corner. She played it more toward the center of the table.
Safer.
Well, technically where she hit it on the inside of the corner, if she had played outside, she had the same amount of length for the ball to travel.
Really?
Yes. If we took a tape measure out and measured from where she was standing at both points, it's actually equal distance, the same. So where she could have played wide of the corner there.
That's a mental trick, though, you know.
It is. Oh, it's so difficult.
UCLA up 7-6. Backhand is so smooth. She wants to loop it, she wants to drive it, she wants to kill it. My gosh.
See, the Wesleyan here, they're playing a very passive push-push game. And right now, I'm not sure they were having so much more success being the aggressor, you know, starting off the rallies. If they just wait, UCLA is going to eat up the passive shots. Hey, see, there we go. A little bit of aggression there. Nice controlled aggression there. Like, there's a difference. Don't be wild, but apply pressure first in a controlled manner. The let serve. And again, in table tennis, that let, as long as it falls back into the area of play, infinite number of do-overs. See, I think that was the right move, the right play, but
that was her ball.
Execution, yeah. She got the setup she was looking for. Now it seems like Doru's opting to let them ride this one out. Beautiful. Oh, wow, that was tricky.
Kind of like a side swipe.
Then almost like Timo Boll-esque.
Timo Boll-esque, yeah, I like that.
A little bit of luck there. Texas Wesleyan ties it all up. They went from potentially having to fight for game points to being back in the mix here. I mean, if they win one more, worst case scenario goes to deuce.
Yeah, no, it's Texas Wesleyan has definitely done a great job coming back here.
And right now at 18 points, it's a multiple of 6 using the towel break. And you can see there's a little bit of chatter there. Hey, let's walk over here and grab the towel because this is what I want you to serve, all right? No hand signals. Do this exact serve. But she was looking for the big rip. Just a hair. If she lifted just a hair more, it would have come over.
Now they're doing a timeout smart.
Okay. So now they're probably glad that Coach Doru didn't try when they were, down 9-7.
True, true. It's still a match point. You got to do it now or never.
And it's with their serve. So this is what Christian was telling us about, right?
Yep.
Where it ends up actually being in your favor to call timeouts if you can when your players have the serve.
Yep, yep.
Because
That's
if you
true.
think about it, you can't really control the receive as much as you can control the serve. So if you
Absolutely.
try to really, and this shows the level of Doru's coaching and the players, like, I was sitting here wondering, like, are they going to try and call timeout? Are they going to kill the momentum? But, like, now is the perfect time because this point matters the most of anyone they played so far.
Yep.
They have the serve. They can build a strategy around this next serve. So I think this could turn out to be a clutch move. And you can see Jachi shaking a couple things off. So I think the first couple strategies, I'm not a fan, but then she shook her head there right before they left.
Now
So
they're
I
in
think
agreement.
they've come to a consensus.
Should be interesting.
All right, they only get one shot.
It's a little pressure. I don't know about you. I'd be concerned a tad bit.
And the thing is to have the guts, the wherewithal to attack this next ball, this third ball, aggressively, knowing that if I miss, it's over. We're in the finals. And they did it. They did it.
That's incredible. And we're tied up. We got ourselves
A new game, new mini
I was
game.
gonna say a barn fight.
A barn burner.
A barn burner. Yeah, there you go. My cliches are always off.
Oh.
Was that the middle? Was that the middle? Happens. Yeah. Match point again for UCLA.
So now
Text.
look, if you notice something here, look at Zendang is telling Jachi what she wants, right? I try to tell the players this all the time. If you're the third ball, you tell your partner,
There it was.
what you want. But it didn't end up panning
Happening
out,
that way.
and UCLA does it.
They are the women's doubles champion here at the 2023 College Table Tennis Championships. Texas Wesleyan were the runner-up. Great match, back and forth. Really, Texas Wesleyan could have gone either way on the third game. Would have loved to see what could have happened fourth and fifth if they got that third game there. But kudos to the champions, Amy Wong, Rachel Sung of UCLA, as well as our runner-up, Jen Deng, Jiaqi Lin. It's been a great day today. We're starting again tomorrow around 10 a.m. If you all are watching on the stream, Court 1 is still going, the men's doubles final. That is NYU versus University of Pennsylvania. NYU up 2-1. But for myself and Logan Zimmerman,
Keep on ponging.
keep on ponging. We'll talk to you later. Bye.